in September. It will the third issue. Editorial will publish in third issue, and this is a worldwide magazine. All over the world, students sent it or analysis, brief, and many things, book reviews. So it's purely international relations magazines. So we cover all international affairs in Pakistan's some internal issues also. So today we came here for discussion with you, interview. For last month we interviewed Deputy Consul General of Japan, and we published last issue. And the last issue in December we interviewed by the Ambassador of Poland, and we published in December, and it's the third. And we regularly in each issue we are trying to meet some diplomat, interview some bilateral. We want to share some bilateral relations. And you know, Consul General, we are very well engaged with Russia, Russian Federation, Russian academicians, Russian diplomats, and we have very close relation with Russian Friendship House, Ruslan, Natalia, and we are one department in Pakistan who studying Russia as a regional studies in Pakistan, and I am also teaching Russian regional in my department, and we are also one of the department who are recently started Russian language at our department, and we are also included in our curriculum and in the future Russia as a language. Everyone should learn language who want to learn Russian, want to teach Russian history. So I want to start first of all. I want to start from myself. We have my question about, first of all, other my students will ask one by one. My question about recently, the President of Russian Federation met with Shehbaz Sharif. I just read the news in newspaper. They offered something about gas pipeline to Iran. They offered. So I want to what about the last meeting about Pakistani Prime Minister and President of Russia? Something because we don't know what's going on behind the scene. Because we just know about the research papers, when we read research papers, some talk about some information from the newspaper, but we don't know what is going on behind the scene. So,
all interesting things are always behind the scene. But what I can say about the meeting that it was very fruitful. It was in a very kind and cooperative atmosphere. So our leaders had a long conversation. And what is important for you, just to understand how it is important that on Russian team it took a lot of time. So all open parts of these meetings was demonstrated on TV, not just a short of 10 seconds that they shake hands and say hello, but it was many minutes demonstration on main news channel. So you may understand that it is very important issue. It was an important meeting. That's the first thing. There were a lot of things discussed there, and some of them were announced as about the intensifying oil that is supplied to Pakistan. So Pakistan will get more oil. So do not ask me about the conditions, about the schemes, about the instruments. So this is all under the table, but the thing which was announced, as I said, that Pakistan will get more. And it was fixed, so it was decided by our leaders. So other economic cooperation projects were on the table. So there were several schemes of economic cooperation. So these pipelines were discussed then, but still we don't know the results. But if you watch the faces of the leaders, I think the results are very positive. Because the faces were nice, they were smiling, they were not gloomy and sad, you know, so they demonstrated the efficiency of so as future diplomats and politologists and researchers, you understand what that means. So I think the cooperation has a great future, but we have several issues which must be resolved. First of all, there must be a strong mission on both sides. Russian side is ready. So Pakistan should, sorry for using this word should, but I cannot avoid it, should be ready for this cooperation. Whereas to dance tango, you need two persons. You cannot dance tango alone. Two partners should be interested in this dancing. And that's the main important thing. So all Pakistani elites, I think they are ready, but they should not be afraid to demonstrate that they are ready and they want to do this. Why I say not to be afraid? Because the Western pressure on the country is huge and very tough. And Pakistan is demonstrating very independent policy. Why I'm saying this, I can prove you easily, because I know that in the students' circles or in some researchers' circles, there are a lot of voices that Pakistan is under the strong influence, blah, 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 blah. But what happened just a couple of months ago? It was so-called peace conference in Switzerland about the Ukraine issue. And Pakistan not only didn't take part in the meeting, but what foreign ministry said, it was crystal clear that we were not going to take part in this conference because Russia was not invited. You know, it was a knife to the Western heart. And it was the furious reaction of the Western countries. But Pakistan, being an independent country, whatever some people say, we don't care what they're saying, it was a very straight and tough step against the West. In spite of all these negotiations with International Monetary Fund, with other international institutions, according to these credits, about these finances, system, all these things. Whereas I know, you may put my words to the bank, that one of the main demands is not to have relations with my country. That's, you know, a phrase they repeat every time, discussing all the issues. In the end, they say that you should not have relations with Russia. You should oppose Russia. You should isolate Russia. So Pakistan do not react. That silly, stupid, and illegal demand, and trying to resolve its issues according to the national interests, but in the sovereign way. The other thing is that we should understand, both countries, that's why I can easily use this word should, how to pay for the goods. So this is the main issue. Of course, the legal sanctions, according to payments in dollars, are why I only say legal. You should understand that the sanctions are legal only if the UN Security Council voted for them and imposed them in the country. If this is not done by the United Nations Security Council, it is illegal. It violates a lot of international agreements. And please, this is a mantra I'm saying. There are no rules. There is no any legal system based on rules, because no one sees these rules. No one gave the right to create rules. And if you, just do one small provocation. If you are talking to the American diplomat or French or German or Japanese, please kindly request them to show you the rules. Where is it? Just say, I always say, just show me the rules. Show show me even one document about these rules. What are these rules? What it is allowed, what is not allowed, how they were adopted, how we're incorporated into the international law. We have the base of international law. So, according to the international law, these sanctions are valid. It doesn't matter if it's against Russia, or against Cuba, or against Iran, or against Palestine, whatever. This is not legal. That is why we should understand how to avoid this dollar pressure in our bilateral trade. For Americans, that's the most stupid things they can. I cannot even understand why they did this. Because if I were an American government member, or politician, or influencer, I would say, you may do whatever you want, but do not touch dollar payment system. Because this is the end of the United States. Even if you are a friend of the United States, but if you see that they robbed Iran, Afghanistan, Palestine, Libya, using these dollars against Russia, so would I want to keep my money in dollars? No. Because today you are a friend, and tomorrow you are an American enemy. Today you trust the American bank, and tomorrow you are without money. Even if you are close to friends with the United States. So you will start thinking how to avoid this dollar payment system, just to guarantee your savings and to guarantee your money. And the American supremacy, the American power is based on dollar payment system. If you ruin the dollar system, you ruin the United States. That's just a crystal clear thing. Guys, this is a very crystal clear thing. And American production is going down. When we introduced the dollar payment system, it was from 30 to 40% of world gross production. Can you imagine? Just close to half of the world production. Now it is only 15%. And it is only 18 years past. They lost a lot. So that is why they have an hysterics. Because after 10 years, 20 years, they will have 7. Then end. To understand what is world production, look at the figures of the real production and services. You know, computer games is services. It is not a real production. But if you have an economy based on these IT things, you can stay without economy very easily like that. The couple of days before the world crisis caused by these Microsoft demonstrated in the whole world, every country, that you should have your independent system of country management. And trust me, they will do this. Even their closest partners, friends, and whatever, Australia would not like and would not want the repetition of this issue. They would have their own system of flight management, of running the country, of managing hospitals, banks, and whatever. One idiot demonstrated how he can rule the world. So the main issue of the main services of any country would be to protect. Why Russia was not touched by the crisis? Because we have an independent system. Who made us to make this independent system? They did. To tell you the truth, we were not thinking about it before the conflict in Ukraine. But the main task, which was announced by the president, was to make independent system. That is why Russia was okay. We were smiling. I'm sorry to say that, but we were smiling. You received what you wanted, you received what you bought before, so why not? That's your problem, guys. So, this is how they are looking at the world. And in this world, we should understand how we cooperate with our countries. That's important. Pakistan is a very important country. This is the gate to the Middle Asia. This is the gate to these Islam countries, Turkmenistan, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, yes, Tajikistan. This is the gate. They do not have way to the sea. And the most important thing for any country to have the sea, to have the way to the sea. Without sea, you cannot be a great country, or even a developed country. Don't tell me that Switzerland does not have the way to the sea, but Switzerland is not a great country. That's just a small country, very comfortable, but very expensive. That is why it is not happening. With very strange rules. You know that you are not allowed to use your WC at night because the noise. Trust me, check it. That noise you can make can disturb your next door neighbors. And if you are living in the apartments, not in your own house, you are not allowed to use your WC at night. Can you imagine? So just for me, they are idiots. I'm sorry, but for me, they are idiots. I'm a hypocrite, but guys, whatever they can think about me. So, you know, the countries, and one of them, when you're thinking about during all these crises, when the world is in deep crisis, they are thinking about the form of cucumbers. And the issue was that if the cucumber is not that form, that shape, that color, you should demolish it, you cannot sell it. It is funny, but at the same time, how many people die from starvation? Why they cannot assist these countries, poor countries, with being in trouble now? They are thinking about form of cucumbers, and they cannot send, these unformed cucumbers to these countries to save lives of people. You know, that is what when they are smiling, they are wearing good suits, they are very good. Some fashion design think they're evil. They're people of evil. They're people of darkness. They're people who allow other children, other people to die, not sending them the food they demolish every day. So do not look at students. See in their souls what they allow to do every day. Every day they're allowing this. So we should understand how to pay each other. Yeah? What will be the scheme of payments? There are a lot of negotiations on the issue, but I will disclose it, of course, what we are discussing, not to give chance to the enemies. Not because you are enemies, but people read what you write, and they can copy some ideas. So these two things. Other thing is that some Pakistani banks are very much afraid of dealing with us. Pakistan do not support any sanctions officially. This is the tough policy of the country. But private banks, they are on this unstable position, whereas they're afraid that they won't be allowed to pay dollars if they deal. So I always say to them, so guys, there are ways out. If you want, we can explain about it. But you should demonstrate that you want to deal with us. And there are a lot of things on economic cooperation. A lot of things. We can do it. So, other